Hello. Today, Kriti, Lucas, you, and I are going to present you an analysis of Starbucks coffee supply market for the purchasing marketing class. As everyone knows, Starbucks is a company specialized in selling high-quality, ethically purchased, and responsibly produced coffee all over the world. That means on the 5 continents. They also have other products such as tea, fresh food items, and other beverage. Let's see the company suppliers configuration for coffee beans. We found 2 tiers in the supply chains. The first one would only be dedicated to the green coffee beans, and the second one would be more focused on production with all that comes along with it, such as water, fertilizers, sorting, and harvesting machinery. Then, we tried to figure out what would be the ideal relationship between Starbucks and its suppliers. To decide on what would be the best strategy, we based our analysis on the 3 portfolio tools that are risk and power, interest, commonality, and relationship value, and involvement and continuity. For the first one, that is risk and power, since coffee is the central product of the supply chain, the related purchasing decisions are the most risky and powerful of the whole process. Then, the second one, which is interest, commonality, and relationship value, can be explained because the purchasing company, which is Starbucks, and the farmers are both directly dependent on coffee, and Starbucks provides the farmers lots of support so their production becomes more efficient. Finally, involvement and continuity. The company is looking for a long-term partnership and teach the farmers how to have agricultural practices to grow in a more sustainable way. Those 3 tools help us figure out that for Starbucks, the ideal relationship is a long-term, intense, and with a lot of different partnerships in all over the world. So, as I just said, partnerships are essential. The company have more control on the quality of the coffee they grow and they sell, and it helps the company to put ourselves on a differentiation segment as a growing socially conscientious environment, which also reduce marketing expenditure. Why is Starbucks attractive for customers? They annually visit their growers and suppliers, and they also make soil testing, free sample analysis, and give the farmers producing advice, so they have more quality crops. They also created the Farmer Support Centers, which gives the farmers resources and expertise to help them lower the cost of the production, reduce fungus, for example, or also financially help them through farmers' loan program as well.
Starbucks decision-making unit comprises of several departments in various roles. The retail operations and product development are the initiators of the entire purchasing process, as they are at the interface with customers and have to evolve with their preferences. Then, the CSR and R&D verticals add in various factors which influence the choice of the type of coffee bean as well as how it is cultivated, and hence the suppliers that are chosen. Next, the procurement and finance functions decide on the specifications in terms of the variant of coffee, the quantity, and the delivery date. Finance then gives the final approval after it comes to a common price point with the suppliers post-negotiations. Procurement decides how much is to be bought from which supplier. Technology and CSR ensure that there is a transparent and continuous flow of knowledge between both ends in terms of selection criteria and purchase status. Finally, the procured coffee reaches the customer, that is you, whose preferences impact the next cycle of purchasing. The entire DMU is involved in the supplier evaluation process. This is critical in forming long-term relationships with the suppliers as per the vision of Starbucks. This cross-cultural and cross-functional team looks at the price, quality, and promptness of the delivery as a composite factor, along with financial impact of sourcing from a particular supplier and their long-term relationship potential against Starbucks' principles and values. Quality is the most eminent factor during this assessment. The coffee must be premium, and there should be a transparency in terms of tracing its origins. Next, the suppliers who can aid in ensuring that Starbucks production costs decrease over a period of time, while also following the responsible and sustainable cultivation practices, are evaluated higher than others who don't fit this bill. Finally, suppliers who have a vision to be partners with Starbucks for the long haul are preferred. Some noteworthy points of the SWOT analysis are that Starbucks' strong brand value is due to its premium quality products, ambience of its stores that seems welcoming and warm and conducive to work as well as fun, along with the attitude of the personnel that makes it even more embracing. This translates into customer loyalty and balances out weaknesses like relatively expensive product offering, overdependence on the US market, and trying to perhaps force fit the coffee culture into certain areas with other preferences for beverages like tea. In order to combat these, there is an extension of the brand to meet local preferences of the new markets they are venturing into. They are also leveraging technological advances to their benefit. However, they need to be aware of the impact of global climatic change on the availability and thus the price of procuring coffee, as well as the saturation of the already mature markets. At the close, we feel that the company is presently doing a commendable job of ethically and responsibly sourcing its raw materials, especially coffee, but it needs to stay on its toes and ensure that its supply chain, as well as the purchasing process, remain abreast with the fast evolving challenges that the market conditions throws at companies like Starbucks.